The White House on Sunday sharply denied Russia's accusations that Ukraine was preparing to plant a dirty bomb on its own territory, and then blamed it on Moscow. In a statement, a spokesman for Russia's National Security Council called allegations of a possible false flag operation by Ukraine transparently false, and accused Moscow of laying the groundwork for its own escalation of the war with the allegation. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu has made the claim of Ukraine's possibly using a dirty bomb in phone calls with several Western defense ministers, including U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Shoigu is using the calls to spin stories about the so-called dirty nuclear bomb. Austin spoke with Shoigu for 30 minutes Sunday, a U.S. official said. After not speaking for about 5 months, it was the second time they had spoken to each other in the past 48 hours. Austin called Shoigu on Friday. In the short reading, Austin emphasized the importance of keeping lines of communication alive. Secretary Austin rejected any pretext for Russian escalation and reaffirmed the value of continued communication amid Russia's unlawful and unjustified war against Ukraine. The Defense Department's press secretary, Air Force Brig. General Pat Ryder, said in a statement. Ryder said Shoigu also requested a follow-up call with Austin. National Security Council spokeswoman Adrienne Watson also denied Moscow's claims. We reject reports of Minister Shoigu's transparently false allegations that Ukraine is preparing to use a dirty bomb on its own territory, Watson said in a statement. The world would see through any attempt to use this allegation as a pretext for escalation. Also on Sunday, Foreign Minister Antony Blinken spoke with Ukraine's Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba, according to Foreign Ministry spokesman Ned Price. Blinken told Kuleba that the United States rejects Shoigu's false claims that Ukraine is preparing to use a dirty bomb on its own territory, and that the world would see through any attempt by Russia to use this allegation as a pretext for escalation, said Price. In a joint statement released early Monday, Blinken joined his French and British counterparts in criticizing Russia's claims. Earlier today, the defense ministers of each of our countries spoke to Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu at his request. Our countries made clear that we all reject Russia's transparently false allegations that Ukraine is preparing to use a dirty bomb on its own territory, the statement said. The world would see through any attempt to use this allegation as a pretext for escalation. We further reject any pretext for escalation by Russia. France's Armed Forces Ministry said Shoigu had told his counterpart Sébastien Lecornu that the situation in Ukraine was rapidly deteriorating and trending towards uncontrollable escalation. Growing fears of a Russian escalation come as Kremlin forces struggle to hold back counteroffensives by Kiev's military to the east and south. Moscow deployed officials in the southern Kherson region have been evacuating civilians ahead of an expected Ukrainian push to retake the region's strategic capital.